I had my first ever, and it's not because I thought I had something. It's because I was just trying to be like responsible. And so I went to patient first and got my first ever STD test this past week.
Okay.
And so I go there and it's automatic. First, I don't have insurance. So I was like, fuck, this is going to cost a bunch of money or whatever.
Yeah.
And I go there and I'm sitting in there and I never go to the doctors. Like I literally never go to the doctors. I'm terrified. I don't consider myself a person that's terrified of doctors, but I think I might be. Because I'm definitely like, I thought I had like testicular cancer earlier in the month, but then I realized I don't.
Yeah.
I thought I had like so many diseases this month for no reason, dude. Like, I think somebody was very personal. Somebody was blowing me, and and they were very much about the whole like let me like fiddle around with your balls and stuff.
Yeah.
And so they were like really going to town on the balls section, which a lot of guys are like, ooh, yeah, I love, fuck, like play with my balls and
Yeah,
stuff.
but don't use it like a fucking punching bag.
Dude, don't fucking, like, don't hurt. Dude, this girl, like, insanium in the cranium. Like, I woke up and the next day my balls were swollen and I didn't even, like, register in my mind. And so I was like, oh, I have testicular cancer. I have it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So I'm like, oh,
you just had hickeys on your nuts.
and so I'm googling testicular cancer, right? And I'm thinking like usually I'm able to like convince myself out of it. They always say don't go on WebMD, like don't look into that shit because it's just gonna fucking scare you to death.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fuck it, I'll look into it because I'm not gonna listen to any smart advice, and I'm just gonna assume I have testicular cancer.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking into it, and like at every stop, I'm thinking I'm going to read something that's going to like reassure me that I don't. But every single thing is like, testicular cancer is most common in men but in their late 20s and early 30s. I was like, oh,
Typically starts as waking up to a giant swelling of the sack.
It was literally everything. It was like men of above average height are more susceptible. I was like, no. And it was like white men are more susceptible. I was like, no. Just every single thing. And I was like, oh,
If you ever played music or had a studio, you're 90% chance of getting it.
There's a large correlation between kerosene and testicular cancer. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. So I thought I had that, and I talked to my friend Zach, and he's like, dude, you don't have fucking testicular cancer. You just sucked your balls too hard. And I was like, so I texted her, I was like, you suck my balls so hard, I thought I had testicular cancer. Which is a great first text to send somebody. After you haven't talked for a while.
Oh my god.
And so anyway, all that's going through my head. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking clear the cache, dude. I've been 28 years of sexual activity. I've never cared about any type of anything. I really haven't. I didn't even care about COVID, to be honest. But now I am suddenly so terrified because I'm going to go to a doctor and it's going to be like the tell-all. This is going to be like, dude, did I have something? Like I'm looking up all these STDs and it's like most people don't have symptoms for it. Sometimes you might experience like joint pain. I'm like looking at my thumb like, oh, my thumb does hurt. My thumb really hurts. It suddenly hurts. And so I go there and like the whole time I'm making a point of it to be like, yes, I'm here for a routine STD exam. Like, oh yeah, when's the last time you were here? And I'm like,
never.
Yeah, I've never been here. I'm here for my once every 28 years
checkup.
I kept on saying it, and the whole time the guy's just like, okay, dude, yeah, routine. Okay. Routine. He's like, do you have any symptoms? I'm like, no. He's making me go through the whole thing. He's like,
he probably thought you literally just had sex for the first time.
Oh, absolutely. I literally felt like
Mr. Selesky, you're 28 years old, yeah? Okay, and you said you're here for your routine your test.
Yeah, I figured once I finally have sex, I'm gonna make it a thing. I'm gonna make it a thing now. So I just did it, and now here we are. And I'm sitting there, and there's this guy like interviewing me or whatever, like basically just trying to like get the gist on me. Like, is this a guy who probably does have an STD? And I'm just sitting there. He's like, so where you work? And I'm like, well, I'm actually self-employed. And he was like, is there a company name? And I was like, no, not really. And he just looked very confused. And then I was like, well, I guess you can put down sophomore. And he was like, okay, so you're a student? And I was like, no, sophomore is the name of my band, dude. And he was like, okay. And then so he sends me in, and I have to wait longer. and like they take down all this information. He goes, so a routine STD exam is anywhere between, if you're uninsured, $124 to $299. And I'm like, why is that a thing? Like that.
You should just go to Planned Parenthood, dude. Don't they do them for free there?
I thought that was for girls.
No.
Oh, really?
Dudes can go there.
Oh, damn. Okay. Well, I don't fucking know, dude. I went to patient
Go
first.
there next time. They'll throw in an abortion.
Dude,
for
I'm
free.
never getting tested again, bro. That was the last routine STD check I ever fucking do. I'm not doing that anymore. Haven't you been listening? That was a lie.
You're breaking the routine, dude.
I'm breaking the. Well, I'll just do it in another 28 years. I'll go there when I'm 56.
I like how you started this off with my 28 years of sexual activity. Listen, I've been fucking since I came out, dude.
So they send me in, and then this like, and now mind you, I'm terrified because my brother is telling me, or everybody's telling me, my understanding of an STD test is that I thought they
swab your dick,
take
or
a
some
Q-tip
shit.
and like jam it down.
Dude.
That's
You're
what I thought it was.
COVID test.
Dude, that's what I thought it was.
You thought
So the whole time,
every test was the same. They just fucking. Well, I mean, yeah, strep's that way.
yeah.
COVID's that way. I get the the line of thought, but they just shoved a fucking Q-tip.
I thought that's what
through your dick hole.
Apparently, dude. Zach was telling me when he got tested, they did that to him. And
I mean, I bet for some shit they do that, but I think they can just do like a blood test and figure that shit out, right?
Dude, I was trembling in my chair.
Also, they probably can just look at it and be like, "Yeah, you're fine."
Well, I don't know anything about STDs. Apparently,
Unless they saw your fucking ball sack, like, geez, we're gonna have to go in there.
we're gonna have to.
Yeah, one of those like plumbing snakes, but for a dick, and then just like trying to like push it through into your balls.
Okay, we're inside your left ball. They got like a camera there. Oh shit, that's what my ball looks like.
Yeah, you're like a gynecologist's office. Your legs are up. You have like a fucking a privacy window, so you have to see your dick.
Sir, we're gonna have to go in your balls through your nose. Just lean back. Just lean back. Oh no. We're gonna knock two birds out with one stone. You're COVID negative, but we're going down to the balls. So this whole time I'm sitting there just shaking in my fucking boots, just like, oh my God, why is everybody so calm? Everybody's so calm. Everybody's talking to me like, dude. Like, yeah, you're just here for STDs. I was like, is no one else realize that they're about to jam a Q-tip down my dick? Am I the only one who knows this?
Dude, yeah, I can't imagine them doing that test at patient first.
I don't think they would.
Yeah.
And especially the nurse.
That'd be like getting that done at like your school nurse.
Oh, my. Dude, the nurse I had was like a girl our age, maybe a little bit younger, like 25.
And you're like,
cute.
You're like, thank God.
No, I'm like, no.
If someone's going to shove a Q-tip on my dick, I want it to be her.
That was the last person I wanted, dude. Because she was cute, and here I am like a fucking jackass, like kind of like...
You're like, damn.
Kind of like turning on the charm a little bit, like kind of like flirting with her a little bit. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, is there any worse time to flirt with a girl?
Yeah, when you're about to fucking show her your dick.
When I'm about to get... I'm here for an STD test, but what are you doing later?
Yeah, I don't have insurance. Just take your pants off.
And so she's fucking... And mind you, at this point, I still think that's what has to go down. And so she takes my blood pressure. My blood pressure is off the fucking charts, dude.
Damn.
She was like, I got to do that again because we normally consider anything over 140 like high, and you're like 150 something. I was like,
Damn.
oh,
Well, you were
Jesus.
nervous too.
And that's what I said. I was like, well, I must just be nervous. She's like, why? I'm like, I'm sitting in my mind, like, first of all, I'm here for a not routine STD test. It's not at all routine.
Honestly, if you told them, I thought you were going to show a Q-tip on my dick. They're like, oh yeah, that explains it.
So they take it again. I'm still off the charts. And then finally, like, okay, just go back to the back room. So now I'm just sitting there in this like room, just alone with like that weird like paper shit they lay on the bed and you sit on. It's like, I try to lay on it without crunching too loud.
Yeah.
I'm just laying in a thing, and this Chinese woman walks in, and she's like, okay, okay.
You start getting like a massage.
And like, I think most men probably do this when they go to the doctor's office. I don't know. I definitely do this where I'm like, I got to make my dick look like semi-presentable. I don't want to be like super, like, I don't want to be like super soft when, if it's like I don't want to be like embarrassing.
I feel like the only doctors I've ever shown my dick were like older men.
Yeah.
So it was weird, but it wasn't that weird.
Yeah. Well, you forget that.
And also,
like,
I was like an adult at the time.
yeah, I honestly, I know it's like a common trope, like the sexy nurse, but like I would much prefer just an old dude
Yeah.
doctor to be looking at my dick. I would much
My
prefer that.
pediatrician was an old Asian woman named Miss Kim, I think.
Nice.
And I like remember specifically being like, I don't just tell me how to check for ball cancer. I don't want you looking at my dick. I just don't want to. I don't want to hear anything out of your mouth after seeing my dick.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because
exactly.
I'm in middle school and it will hurt me. Even if you just make like a noise by accident, like, ugh. Like
What-
I don't want to hear that.
What percentile am I in the dick category? What am I in? So she's like got me laying that. She's asking me all this information, and then I just wound up having to pee in a cup.
Okay.
And then she comes back, and so like they come back, and you're like,
Can you do that blood test? Run that back.
and she's like, well,
Little
you're
do you know they charge you like $30 each time they do it.
yeah, exactly. And then they're like, okay, so we're gonna have to send it to, because I remember them saying like it could be this price, but if we have to send it to an outside lab, it's gonna be this price. And I just remember thinking like they're gonna send it to an outside lab, obviously. And so she comes back, she's like, your urine is normal, and I'm still waiting on the edge of my seat, like, and here comes the fucking Q-tip. I was like thinking, and then
Yeah,
it never
now that
came.
the pipe has been cleaned, we're gonna shove something in there.
Yeah. And so they do the whole thing, and she was like, okay, it looks normal. And I'm like, okay, so that means I'm good. And she's like, well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. And I was like, oh, no. And so then she just leaves, and she's like, you can go now. I'm like, I'm good to go. I can just leave. And she's like, yeah, you can leave. And so I left, and it was like, and then the whole next like 3 days, I was just like they were like, if we call you, that's a bad thing. If you don't hear from us, then you're good.
That's awful.
I know.
Oh
And
my
so
God.
they were like, it could be anywhere from like 3 to 10 days. And so I'm thinking like for every fucking like phone call I got was like, this is it. I got a phone call from Columbia, Maryland, and I was like, I swear to God, I looked at my phone, I thought it said Chlamydia, Maryland. I'm getting a phone call from Chlamydia, Maryland, dude. This can't
This
be
is how
good.
they tell me.
Is that even a town?
That's where they traced it back to.
But I did finally get my results, and I was clean as a whistle, baby. And I was
God.
like, all right, dude, I'm good. I'm good.
There you
And
go.
but that was like all
that
the
was the start of a crazy week.
that was the start, was getting those results. And then just like this past week, I hope I never have to go through a week like that in my life again. It was unbelievable. Because I get stressed out about stupid shit, and then real shit when I get stressed out. I was in my fucking shower just taking like 30-minute showers, just like
Yeah.
thinking back. I'm like, there's no way I would have something right. Like I know so many people that like have sex all the time. They never had anything right. And then I talk to them, they're like, oh yeah, I've had stuff a couple times. I'm like, God damn it, dude. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if
good,
it's just
though.
peeing in a cup, dude, I can do that.
Peeing in a cup's easy.
And now I think I'm gonna stick with patient first, because I don't know what Planned Parenthood does, dude.
maybe they're the
Maybe they do
Maybe
too.
they're the ones with the sticks.
Yeah, dude. Maybe they're the ones with the sticks. So I'm sticking with
Maybe
with
they
patient.
heard that rumor about beating off with a needle in your dick. Like, I guess this is how you get the test done too.
It's the only way we can test for this, dude. So yeah, that's good news. Everything's kind of starting to come back to normal now. I'm like, okay.
It sounds like you had like a full week of just like doing shit that you've been putting off, and you finally got it off your chest. At least the first half of the week.
Yeah. And yeah, it all came to fruition. One of our friends is having, and so the whole time I was telling you, I was like scared about like certain, like, you know, I legitimately don't think having sex with women is worth it for me, because I get so terrified of having children.
Yeah.
And so
Just wear a fucking condom, dude.
I know.
Jesus
This
Christ.
is
You literally wouldn't have to worry about the STD thing either.
yeah, but I don't worry about the STD thing until last week. I've always had my theory that you can look at a person and not that you can look at them and know, but I think if you talk to somebody long enough, and if they tell you they're clean, you can trust them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not just out there banging people in the first hour all the time. And but another common misconception is girls are usually the
That
ones
you get ass.
Yes, that's another common misconception, is that I warrant an STD test. Against popular belief. But it's true that there's always that like myth. I think it's a myth that people are always like, oh, guys are always the one that don't want to use the condom. They're always the ones like, come on, baby, I'm clean, I'll pull out. Like, it's not guys, dude. In my experience, girls don't like condoms. They don't like it, and they will try to talk you. If they're on birth control, they will talk you out of it. They will talk you out of it.
Yeah, I've never taken my condom off during sex, but I've had girls take it off, which is like, all right.
Yeah,
You know best.
you signed your
But
death
also,
warrant, pal.
I'm getting out as soon as I can.
Yeah.
I'm not even risking anything.
Yeah, dude. There's just too much false information out there. My brother's the one who was like, when I got back home, he was like, oh, dude, they haven't done the fucking Q-tip down the dick hole since the 80s. And then my friend Zach was like, dude, I literally had that done last year. And then he was like, yeah, but like, you can't get chlamydia if you only had sex for like 45 seconds. Like, there's a time limit. I'm like, is there a time limit, dude? Is there a time limit to these things? I don't think that's true, Dom. I don't think that's true. Like, where are you getting your information?
Also, like, he's like justifying him coming too quick by being like, "Oh, I do it so I don't get STDs."
Yeah, dude. It's just, and so I'm worried about all that shit, and I'm thinking like, oh, dude, like, what are the chances that anything's gonna, like, this is such a statistical anomaly that anything like that, somebody would be pregnant or blah, blah. I get out of my 25-minute shower freaking out, and I swear to God, the first text I get is from a very close friend of ours saying, guys, big news, I'm gonna be a father. And I'm like, this has got to be some type of fucking like joke, right? Like, it was like a dream like situation, because I'm in my shower thinking like, dude, this doesn't fucking, it's not gonna happen. And then I get out of the shower and I see that, and I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous. And then I started doing even more Vegas odds. I was like, but what are the odds that two people in the same friend group?
God damn! Wait, I don't even know. I don't think I was on that text thread.
You were. It's a close friend of mine and your brother's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And lives in this building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now, granted, he's in a position to do it.
Oh yeah.
Successful,
Probably.
older than us. But like that just, and he seemed happy about it.
Hell
like,
yeah.
so I was like, cool. But like, which is another thing. I can't imagine any of us being at a point, like maybe you, because you've been in a relationship for a while, but like, I can't imagine any of our friends texting and being like, or like Dan, that would be, they're married.
I could see Dan texting that, but shit, I'm surprised you can see me texting that. I can't even imagine like getting a new apartment.
Yeah. Well, it's like,
I notice I didn't say buying a house.
Yeah.
I know I'm far off from that.
Yeah. Put that on the table.
Let's be realistic.
Just getting a new apartment. But like, it is weird that we're getting to that age where like somebody could text you that we're going to have a baby, and your immediate reaction isn't, oh shit, man, what are you going to do?
yeah,
And he's like, dude, I'm 32. I make 6 figures.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm in a relationship and I'm having a baby. And I'm just like, oh, dude, my life is so far from any of those things you just said.
Yeah.
That I can't even picture anyone being happy to have a baby. Dude, I was literally going through my mind, like on my balcony smoking a cigarette, which just turns up the anxiety to 11 anyway. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, maybe I could be a good father. You know, like maybe if I did have a kid, like I could do it, right? Like I know I'd have to make
what day was that?
That was on Monday when I went to patient first.
Okay.
And then throughout the rest of the week was waiting for it. And then Thursday night was the thing we talked about before the podcast.
Yeah, no. When was the text from the person talking about the
Same night.
Oh, fuck.
Same exact night that I went to patient first. I literally walked into patient first with a text from my close friend saying he's going to have a baby, as I was in there trying to figure out what the hell was going on with me and if I was going to have a baby.
And then,
named.
Fuck, dude. That's so heavy.
Yeah, it was a lot, dude. I literally, when I texted you, like, I can't do the podcast, I meant it, dude.
I believe that shit.
Not a person that would ever like I joked about on the thing, like, not in the right headspace. It was like, I would never, ever say that.
Yeah, I would never say this, but it's completely accurate right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. No, and then, but that's also, like, the shitty part about, like, humans is, like, we always look for, like, patterns and shit. Mm-hmm. And then when it's, like, so right in, like, you're like, it's literally all the shit popping up right then and there, and you're like, oh fuck, I
Yeah.
feel like this is an equation, and I see the answer
Dude,
coming.
100%, 100%. Like I said, even like being in the car and hearing Billie Jean, as soon as I got off the phone, I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
this
like
is
a fucking movie, dude.
This
It's
is a fucking
crazy.
sign. Yeah, dude. Mark Norman actually had a good tweet where he said, I wish I was as creative when I'm I wish I was as creative with my comedy as I am when I'm worried. Because when you're worried, your mind just starts cooking up so many crazy situations.
Yeah.
Like I think I've considered within the past week every possible outcome of my life. Like
Yeah.
there is nothing
Yeah,
that could
dude.
surprise me now.
Yeah, you'll literally not be able to go to bed, and you'll just like run scenarios in your
Yep.
head. Like,
Yep.
all right, well, what happened if this? What happened? What if I said this though this time?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
if I said this time? Like, hey, what if I just own up and da 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 da? Like, nope, still worried.
Yep. I'm sitting there calling up my parents. I think I'm gonna be a father. Someone, I don't know. I just feel it.
I just feel
I'm
it.
following the patterns, Dad. Think about it.
Fuck, man. That's insane.
Yeah, man.